Welcome back, tribe. Let's get into it.
Like the lack of empathy for one another and community that you just don't have. It blows my mind, and I can understand why guys are the way they are. Like last night I was out for drinks with my friend, and these group of guys next to us, they were all getting up ready to leave. And one of them's like, oh, would I be able to get a ride, or do I just walk home? And all of them just ignored him. They all ignored what he said and was just like, yeah.
He can walk home. That means he's not far away. He's trying to bum a ride. Men don't need to be patted on the back and have their hands held in public. In social groups, you get respect by being your own and bringing something to the table to the group, providing some value. You can't be dead weight. Only women expect to be coddled by the group and, yes, queen, help you. Yeah, we'll totally take you home. Yeah. And just be little leeches for each other. Like every guy puts in work. Every guy provides something to the group. You can't be a little puss and be like, can I just bum a ride? Because I don't want to walk home. It's half a mile away in like 10 minutes or hurt my little leg. Nobody cares, bro. Walk. The same way you got here is the same way you'll get home. Unless you're absolutely faded and you're stumbling, you can't even like hold on to your keys. Of course, somebody's going to drive you home. You dope?
Yeah, bye. I can't ever imagine leaving my friends behind and not wanting to help them get home, or just ignoring them when they ask a question like that. It happened before as well. I was in the city and this guy came up to try and flirt, I guess, and his friends just blatantly walked off and left him behind.
The guy rule number one, you don't interfere when a man's running game unless he calls over a play. That's it. It's that simple. Unless the guy says, hey, roll up with me, you turn your ass around, walk away and let the man get to work. We don't need to be handheld into a conversation with opposite sex and like, oh, I need backup. Oh, please, I can't even hold a conversation. A guy just came up to me and says, hi, you super cute. I don't know what to do. Girl, please help. No, none of that shit. You're an adult. Handle your business.
If I ever went up to approach someone to try and get their number or something.
Because you're weak.
My friends would be standing by waiting for me or helping me out, not just walking off.
Because you're weak.
It makes sense why they like a lot of empathy for others.
Another ungrateful woman. Y'all check this shit out.
Is she really eating fried chicken? Okay. So it says, my face when he gets me cheap flowers.
Girl, it's the right thing you said, because a grown-ass woman would not relate to this petty-ass nonsense. Wait till you get the one that don't buy you shit.
Let's be real. It's all for content. She most likely bought the flowers herself. She puts that text on her, gets people pissed off, responses, replies, engagement, more followers. It's really what it is. Yeah, the game is so twisted today. With the advent of AI too, authenticity is going to be the new future because there's so many fake creators out here.
It's the thought that counts. Who cares if they cheap or expensive? Hell, they all gonna die anyway. This is exactly why men don't want to do nothing nice.
I just have to say, a side note, this is super masculine, not cute. If she could just deliver her message more feminine, let your hair down, put a dress on. I'm just saying. Don't know who this is, but just for ladies in general.
Because childish ass women like her make fun of their nice gesture. Hell, I would be happy if he picked me some wildflowers. At least I know he's thinking of me, which is the most important part.
She said what she said, exactly how she said it. Oh, right.
I think it's so funny when men try to threaten women with that whole, well, what if you don't get picked? If you refuse to settle, you're going to end up alone with Kat. As if that's some scary situation. As if that doesn't sound one.
We have found a femcel, boys. This is the face of it. Look at this shit. I hate to get in on her, but I do the same on men. I don't know what she's about to say. I'm going to let it play through, but I guarantee it sounds burnt. It's coping, and she's hoping people can relate with her message, which not many women can. I just want to preface this with like, look at the fact that like, imagine being a woman with the advent of social media today and seeing the fashion, the designer, all the commercials, all the chicks like fitness accounts, all the beautiful models, the Instagram stuff that women are subjected to every day of what the perfect woman should be like or what should look like. The cosmetic industry, all that stuff telling you to fix your face and how you should be looking and doing your makeup. And like, this is what you got to work with when you look in the mirror. You can't compete. You can't, bro. How could you not hate yourself? You're already on the internet making these videos. How could you not hate yourself when you open up Instagram and see a perfect looking woman with a perfect life, living the perfect lifestyle, and you know that genetics just hit you in the face and said, nah, not for you, son. You're at the bottom of the barrel today. You finna play the game on hard mode. Look, let's just hear. the coping. I guarantee you haven't even heard what she has to say, but I guarantee you she's going to try to soothe her ego with some comment saying probably, I don't need a man. I could be single. It's fine, but it's probably nice if I could get a family, but totally don't need it to live a fulfilled life. Like, okay, dude, we have been doing that since we started walking on this earth, and nothing gives you more joy and fulfillment than having a spouse and children under a successful household. But you can keep coping and selling yourself on cats, boxed wine, or whatever else. All right.
Wonderful. Because let me tell you what I'm going to do if I never find a partner and I end up alone. I'm going to sleep in a big bed by myself with maybe a dog. Amazing. I'm going to watch whatever I want on TV. I'm going to participate in all my favorite hobbies. I'm only going to have to cook and clean and do laundry for myself. I'm going to spend time with my family. I'm going to go to karaoke night with my friends. My life's going to be just fine. I don't need to settle to have a fulfilled life. My life is going to be very full on my own.
You see?
And would it be nice to have a partner to share the good things in life with? Yes, absolutely. But if I don't find that, I'm going to be just fine.
Do you see? That's a rough life. I couldn't imagine what it's like to be at this level for a woman in the world today. But this is why feminism exists. Crazy enough, even being a woman at this level is still about 1,000,000 times better than being a man at that equivalent level. She always has options. There's a simp somewhere for her. It's just she just refuses to settle, bro. I don't know what social media brain rot she got inside of her that says she deserves probably a 6'6" thunder Chad, blonde hair, blue eyes, looking like Thor kind of deal, and he's got to treat me like a queen, and I won't settle for like who knows? Who knows, dude? What internet dark hole she's been under? If she's talking like one of them, Jesus, lady, I feel for you. The game's got to be rough. And by the way, this is a good example of how not to be as a man as well, because you post these videos online and we've seen a ton of them. They're cringy. Don't usually call them out, but it comes from a place of hurt. So if you're genuinely enjoying your life, like authentically being alone, traveling, having hobbies, out with your dog, whatever it is, man, but you don't make it about relationships, about finding somebody, and soothing and coping yourself by saying it'd be nice if, no, just living an authentic single life and being proud of it would come off completely different. Because the other side of the aisle is looking at these videos, like men doing the same shit, like how we don't need ladies and we're happy alone. And it's like, bro, the guy's like biting his pillow, crying, punching the walls at night, like plastering shit up every other day, just wishing he had a woman. That energy, bro, it comes off in this video too. Like you think she's got this strong, I don't need anybody, but when the camera turns off, it's like nothing but crying, hugging her dog. Life isn't fair. Watching all the shows and like rom-coms of people in successful relationship, wishing she could be that girl. I mean, damn, the moment she turns on her phone and goes on social media, it's just a barrage of negativity for her. It can be the same for men, so be careful.
And a man will literally lick you from clit to ass.
And continue.
Look you dead in the face and make sweet, sweet, passionate love to you, all while he tells you you are his everything. He wants to have babies with you. He wants to marry you. He will describe in detail the life you two will have together.
And you will fuck it up, thinking you're about to go find something better. Because you always think the grass is greener somewhere fucking else. Be having a man put in all that damn work just for you to be like, well, if you'll do all this for me, I know there's got to be someone else that's got to be a little bit better, I got to go find that extra 2% that you're missing, which I get it. I got gray hair.
You see what I mean? He just did it right there. Someone save my mans. He got left for an extra 2% and he's still reeling from that shit. There's a way to tastefully do these jokes where you're not self-deprecating and just showing the world your vulnerabilities. This is like the femcel we just saw pretty much. Take note, boys. You can see the pain on people's face. That's all I'm saying. Don't be one of these guys. I know it's a skit. I know he's got some truth to it. Obviously, in the dating world today, the double standards and the delusions are crazy, but never, ever be self-deprecating like that. Ever. It's not a confident thing to do. Like, imagine, I'm just extrapolating out here, but imagine like how you would be in a relationship. Like, you're already cool with self-deprecating humor online. Like, how are you in relationships with your woman? Like, imagine him walking by and seeing like a big muscular dude and saying to his girl something like, wow, I bet you he's got a big thunder schlong, or damn, that guy must be hung like a horse, babe. Bet you would like that. Something self-deprecating like that. Dude, that's one of the worst things you could possibly do. It's like the opposite of qualifying yourself to your woman. You're disqualifying yourself to your woman when you say shit like that. Always in your relationships appear confident in yourself, even if you're not. For the guys that don't have it yet, you are the shit. You are the prize. You are the best she can do. Like, this is the mentality you have to have. You have to keep her chasing up towards you. You have to keep self-improving and be extremely careful how you talk about yourself. There's a quote that says, like, your inner warrior will hear everything. You'll do far more damage to yourself the way you speak about yourself than anybody else in the world could possibly do. And that stuff emanates outward into your relationships, into your work, into your social circle, everything, dude. It's infectious. Never talk negatively about yourself.
And if you don't know how to speak to your man properly, if you don't know how to speak with kindness, if you don't know how to speak with respect, you are going to shut that man down. A man in pain is a silent man. Men, if that's right, give us a thumbs up, because I could be wrong there. I'm just speaking from experience. A man in pain is a silent man. That man has been shut down time and time and time again. That man has been disrespected time and time and time again. And I get women in my inbox arguing with me, telling me, well, I've been married for this many years, or we go 50-50, or my man doesn't mind him doing that. My man doesn't. Does he not mind? Or is he just not saying anything because he's done? Right? Because there's always the argument. I don't get men arguing this. I get women arguing this. Well, my man does this. He doesn't mind. My man doesn't mind basically being completely emasculated. My man doesn't mind that I don't submit to him. Really? Or does he just not say anything because it's not worth the argument? Men are silent when they hurt. So just because your man isn't complaining that you don't submit to him, that you don't take care of him, just because he's not complaining that there's no food on the table, just because he's not complaining that you don't show him love and tenderness and affection, doesn't mean he's not feeling it. Doesn't mean he's not feeling it. He's not saying it because he gave up on you a long time ago. So he just makes his own meal and sits there in silence. He just gets himself up, makes himself a cup of tea and moves in silence because he knows that you're not listening. He knows that when he tells you what he needs, you don't listen.
That's why I tell men, having your own identity and maintaining boundaries in a relationship is absolutely the most important thing. Your frame, for example, needs to be unbreakable in a relationship. You cannot give her an inch because she'll want to take a mile. Every time you give up an inch is where the line gets redrawn of what she's able to take from you and ask from you. That's why so many men start relationships off very good and then they give up ground to their women. You know, the pedestal, the value changes in the relationship. When you enter in a relationship, you're up here and your woman is down here. And as you go longer and longer, you keep supplicating. And then eventually the power dynamic is where she holds all the cards and you're the simp, the walking wallet, the spineless turd, the let me call my wife, let me ask my wife if I could do this. My wife won't let me. How many men you know are exactly in that situation right now, married for multiple years, where the power dynamic has completely shifted? We don't even have sex anymore. Sex dried up when we got married. Yeah, because you were a toad the entire time and you've supplicated to every demand that she's had. You have no boundaries. You have no identity. You have no self-respect. Why should she respect you? Don't get lost in your relationships. Don't think bending over backwards for her is going to win you any favor. It always counts against you. Hold your ground on your self-respect. I guarantee it, if you do this stuff, it'll all work out. She doesn't want to push over, but she's trying to push you over to see if you're man enough. If you fail this test, your relationship is going to be done for. This may look, depending on how feminine or masculine your woman is, may mean the relationship is over then and there on the spot, in a week or a month or 10 years from now, deep in a relationship with 2 kids, whatever. It depends on the woman. She's going to give you multiple opportunities for you to redeem yourself. The problem is men fail more and more and more, and you're punished more and more and more for failing. If you fail 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row, the lines that get redrawn become wider and wider and wider. You lose far more, and it's hard to crawl back, dude, after you've lost thousands of battles. Most guys try to do one final push where it's like they demand an ultimatum in the relationship. If you don't have sex with me, if you don't sleep with me, if you don't respect me anymore, and it's like, bro, you've lost 900 out of the last 991 battles. And you think you're going to make a final push where you're going to turn around the war and be a winner? In her mind, it's not going to work that way. You're already built up as a weak cuck. Your army is trash. You're not advancing for shit. Oh, this is a cute pushback. We haven't got one of these in a while. It's just been territorial gains after territorial gains, and he's want to step up now and make a counterattack. It's a joke, bro. Your only move when you're at that end stage is not to engage. It's to simply turn your life around. Go back in the gym. Go out with the boys. Start living your own life. Don't emotionally react to your woman trying to goad you or test you or get into an argument. If you're going to be done, and you should already be mentally done by then, be mentally done. Mentally prepare yourself to walk away completely. Just show her you're becoming a new man. Let the dread and the fear build up naturally in the relationship from you changing before her very eyes. Don't demand sex. Don't demand respect. It's earned. It's naturally given. Women give up. Women want to be dominated. Women want to be submissive to a man. It's just you've lost 900 battles, bro. Why submit? Who the hell's going to give up the advantage when they're winning? It's just the natural dynamics of a relationship. Most men shouldn't be in relationships. Most men have absolutely no idea how to deal with women. Most men enter marriages with a contract. Just forget the state. Just interdynamics between the man and woman is just not in their favor. They've been losing. Let's see what the comments are saying. I bought my wife flowers. She waited until the kids got home from school to throw the flowers in the kitchen counter trash can and slam the door in front of my kid. She's my ex-wife now. That scene still stains my memory 14 years later. Just imagine, how did you let it go far enough that your woman is comfortable disrespecting you like that over flowers? Like, men don't really know how women operate. They don't know how to read womanese in between the lines when she says, I'm fine, and really she's not fine at all. Things of that nature, when you don't understand how to communicate with your woman, leads to problems like this. Like, how many times has a guy like this supplicated to the point where the respect was so minuscule for him, non-existent, that she throws the flowers in the kitchen and slams the door in front of his kids? Please, dude, show me this relationship. Show me what the guy looks like. If we could just take a peep in the history of their relationships and see how they were treating each other, how he treated himself, how he respected his own boundaries, and we'll know exactly why he ended up in this position. It's not an accident, boys. You are the leader. You control everything in the relationship. You are the captain of the ship. A lot of men today are okay letting women take control of the wheel and steer the boat with them. And eventually she's going to nudge over and take the wheel for herself, because a woman taking the wheel is a simple shit test to just see if you're competent enough. No, baby, back up. Go over there and like cut some fruit, make something for dinner. I got this. I'll steer the boat. I'm confident in my abilities. There's competence here. But if you let a woman grab onto the wheel, that's going to cause anxiety for her. Like, oh my God, why is he letting me drive the boat? This is kind of exciting. But at the same time, it's like, does he not trust himself? Do I not have a real man? A real man wouldn't let me do this. They know this already. A real man would be taking care of this so I could be in the back of the boat just like, la, 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 doing my makeup, just being pretty. And so you give her more responsibility. More responsibility stresses her out. The stress then turns on you because she has nothing else to focus it on but you. And then little by little, you lose respect in the relationship and the love follows. It's not the love that goes first. It's the respect. That's why men crave respect from women. If there's anything you've ever wanted to get from a woman, it's respect, bro. Forget love. Forget the Disney bullshit. Does she love me for me? It's all shit. Respect. Women break rules, treat men well that they respect. A man that doesn't get any respect has to jump through all the hoops, has all the barriers up that he has to break, and deals with all the damage. Women naturally act right for men they respect. It's just the easiest way to get respect is by being like 6 foot plus, having abs, and strong boundaries. And so those guys automatically have to do less. And that's just from the genetic standpoint. But once you have a woman in a relationship, you've already passed that hurdle. And now you have to maintain identity, maintain boundaries. And this guy says, imagine staying in the background when one of your mates tried his luck. That would be so feminine. Group hug time. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. We'll see you on the next one.